This video is brought to you by TS4U IT Engineering Bootcamp. Are you looking for an IT bootcamp? In your journey with TS4U, you will get workshops and tasks every week, hands-on practice, technical tests and tasks, show and tell, mock interview. And we get paid fully only when you get a job. You can get affordable student loan. Become eligible for free tuition. We offer industry-demanding IT boot camps. Join now and start your IT engineering journey today with TS4U.
You are a DevOps engineer. We are planning to do a project to migrate from on-prem to the cloud. We are using the AWS cloud. What do you do? Well, this is a great question. I was actually involved 2 to 3 migration projects in my current organization. So let me walk you through our process. So some of the application in the services company mission critical. Some of the application is internal, just the service need to go to the cloud. So it's a mix and match. And some of the front end completely goes to the AWS. So again, not everything, but some part, not the all part. So anytime this kind of things we have actually the whole development team is roll out. A development team is there, a architect is there, and the DevOps engineering team also involved, DevOps engineering lead involved there, and the project manager and the product owner come to the picture in this migration project, and I'm just part of them. So what do? Our target identify what is they're trying to do. How we identify? In the architecture design documentation, it tells everything. Are you going to take all the environment or the partial? Are you going to take all the front end or the back end? Are you taking only the database or not anything else? Everything mentioned in the architecture design documentation. We always follow the approved architecture design documentation to do our work. So let me tell you the journey. One of the project, the back end was on the cloud, and the front end was also the cloud, and database was on the on-premises. And there are some latency issues, and the business is expecting more and more traffic. That's what they're forecasting next 12 months. So at this moment, we only need to do the database migration. So part of the migration, we always the 4 environment: development, testing, staging, and the production. So the decision was we need to use the managed database. So that's the decision was. So part of me, I started using my own EC2, just set it up the own database. It was the Postgres database. I set up the Postgres, work with the developer just to know all the configuration. I bring the database engineer also in the meeting. So I got the existing configuration, just roll out them, copy and paste them in my EC to see how it works. And I actually have my own, what's called the front end and back end. So in a nutshell, you can say I actually develop my own, like what is called the Sandbox environment, make sure things I am understanding very well, things is working as expected. So once because the cloud part was easy, I was already looking at all the configuration, we have the documentation, I all needed that database part. So my Sandbox is all done, reviewed with the senior DevOps engineer, created the step-by-step documentation, drop the documentation into the Confluence, and get everybody involved. Hey, this is what I have done. You guys can take a look, make sure if I have missed anything else, give me a green signal, give me the feedback if something I need to improve. So everything we do, again, as I said, is a sprint through the sprint. So I have my own, all the stories created, I step-by-step what I'm doing, the monitoring and the tracking everything. Once my Sandbox is given to the QA team, they actually check very high level, make sure nothing is missing. All the integration, they actually checked it because there is a series of vendor APIs involved as well. So we have done everything properly, reviewed with all the right people. Once this part is got approved, then actually I take the whole journey to follow this, create the development environment, staging environment, and testing environment. production was at the very end. Production was actually the whole part of the teamwork, because remember, business wants the large amount of crowd, the traffic on the application. So it was actually team building to do this. And by the way, it was actually microservices. So we use the Kubernetes, and already is there. And we used actually Docker, that was already there. So that's kind of one of the experience I can share with you.